Good morning again. I'm sorry. I apologize for any families that may have been watching me. Technical difficulties, gotta love live. So I'm just going to start over again and do the introduction just for those who may have been watching and who may have missed what I had said. So I wanted to welcome everybody to our first live session of Baby Playtime. So you're going to find us here every Thursday at 9:30 a.m. We're going to be focusing on different topics and different activities for babies, mostly up to 16 months, but we're not limited. If you guys have any ideas or any areas of topics that you guys would like to cover, we can certainly do that. And of course, we can always look for activities for toddlers that are 18 months and older. The sky is the limit. So let me just start off with letting you guys know what we're going to be focusing on, some little areas that we're going to be focusing on. So we every week we're going to come in and we're going to be talking about different activities. So some of those activities might be treasure baskets, tactile and sensory materials, bottle sensories, baby art, different scarf songs that you could do with babies, different action songs, different sensory mats that you can make. So those are just some ideas that we're gonna be talking about every single week. And also we're gonna go off of you. So if you guys have any questions or things you want us to focus on, again, you can email us here at earlyon@ncdsb.com. You can also message us directly through Facebook Messenger. And as always, we read your comments. So if there's anything you'd like us to focus on, we can do that as well. So today I wanted to focus on something that you guys have at home, most certainly, definitely in your bathroom, and that is mirrors. So mirrors are a great way to establish and help your baby's development. So I have my little doll baby here, just for an example. And just for the example, we're gonna name her Baby Sky. So this is Baby Sky. And so some of you who have little infants at home, or they could be a little bit older, so let's say 6 months and up, a mirror is a great way to encourage them to have self-recognition. So some examples that you can use with your mirror are taking your, most people have vanity mirrors that they can just hold with their hands, and just putting it in front of you and your baby. And for your little ones who, of course, they're not going to know that this is themselves. They're not going to have that self-recognition just yet when they are infants, but it's a great way for them to see that there is a reflection in the mirror. It's a great way for them to see that it's mama in the mirror or dad in the mirror. Get the siblings involved. And as the months go on, you're going to notice that they're going to start trying to reach out to the mirror. They're going to try to touch the mirror. Oh, my goodness, I hit Baby Sky. And also they're going to start reflecting to the mirror. So as they get older, they're going to start smiling, make different self-expressions, things like that. So I'm going to show you some of the mirror activities that we have here at the center. So I'm going to hold here Baby Sky. So here at the center, we have mirrors such as this one. We also have this example of a mirror that is on a playmat that you can actually make at home if you like. But of course, if you don't have that, you please don't feel the pressure to have to get one just like this. All you need to do is just use a mirror that you have at home. Even some of those long mirrors that she might use for dressing up, if you place it on the floor while they're doing tummy time, that's a great way for you and your baby to interact. Another thing to do with them is to do action songs with your baby. So even if they are very small and they might not understand what you're saying, it's just them seeing your reflection singing and talking. It also helps develop their vocabulary skills. So the more that you're talking and communicating with them, trust me, it'll go a long way, because the older they get, everything they're going to want to mimic off of you. So for my families who are watching, if anyone has any questions, feel free to comment down below, and we're always going to be checking them after the session and during the session. So another simple activity that you can do with them that some of you may already do is the simple game of peekaboo. But this time, instead of doing it in front of each other, you can also use a mirror. So just place your baby like this and just face the mirror, and your baby will be able to see you playing that simple fun game of peekaboo. Make sure to show them all the expressions and all the emotions that you have, how you look when you're happy, how you look when you're sad, and say what those expressions are or emotions are. Again, early on, they're obviously might not understand that, of course, but as they get older, they will. I do like to encourage that if you do have older siblings, if the babies have older siblings, to get them along to play with you during mirror playtime, because it's a great way to encourage bonding with the siblings. And of course, your baby's always going to want to copy what they see. So when they see you or they see their older older brother or sister, eventually as they get older, they're going to want to try to copy them. And that's why I also encourage our families to come out to our sing-along and story time, and also our Love My Baby sessions, because those are a great way to learn new songs to sing with your baby. And again, if you guys ever want to have lyrics to some of the songs that we use here at the center, we certainly can email them to you. But definitely we encourage you guys to come out to those sessions, because we sing a lot of songs that would be great for babies. So every week we're going to introduce also a fun activity that you can do with your baby. And this week I just thought that I would introduce it with some mirrors, because that is something that all of you guys have at home. And I also wanted to recommend 2 books that we have here at the center that are a great way to start establishing that baby playtime in front of the mirror. So one of them is called Baby Let's Play Together. Now this is a book by Pretty Bicknell by St. Martin's Press. You'll find these books a lot at your major retailers. And this one is great. Any kind of books that have these self-reflections, you can start with these books with your baby very early on. The earlier that they start learning what self-recognition is and self-reflection, the better. So this book, if we open it up here, you'll see they show different actions of what the baby is doing, and they always have a mirror. So again, if you don't have a mirror that you can move around the house, these books are great to read to your baby, and always talking to them and being like, "That's you. Who's that? That's mommy." You might feel quite silly, but honestly, this is the best way for them to mimic what you're doing. Another book that's great here that we have at the center, it is called Toes, Ears, and Nose. Now this is also a popular book that we have here with our toddlers, but I definitely recommend a book like this because it's teaching your kids about their different body parts that they have. And again, if you don't have a book, no problem, just showing them all the actions. This is my nose. Where's my nose? This is my mouth. Where's my mouth? The more that you do that, the more that later on, as they're developing in months, they're going to start copying you. Now, the reason why I like this book, though, is as they get older, you can start showing them the book flaps. Now, I don't know about you, but I know that our kids that come here at the Early On Center, they love our little book flap books as well as our pop-up books. So I know that there's different kind of books like this out there. So if you find that, this is a great book to start off with. Just like that. And then one more thing before we end our first session is that if you have something like a container lying around or a little basket, we're going to get into this in later sessions, but I'm going to touch a little bit on something called treasure baskets. But always have a little basket on hand. If your baby is a little infant or a little older, change it out. Make it seem like you have something new, maybe each week. Try to include different aspects into your treasure basket, such as things to touch. So different tactile things that the baby can touch that will spike their curiosity. Something with sound, so something that rattles. It can even be, so we have, of course, we have our music instruments here, but I like at home, I like making my own personal rattle, which is just a little Easter egg with some rice in it and duct tape, of course, under adult supervision. And also something with colors, because as your baby gets older, even though at first they're not gonna recognize what color that is, this is a great toy to use as they get older for color and sound recognition. So we're going to touch base on this on later on sessions, but again, along with simple play with your baby, always have a basket around with different toys and activities that you can do with them. So I wanted to just say thank you for you guys for joining us. Wanted to let you know that we miss you guys. Please always check our calendars for our weekly schedule. If there's any questions or any topics you'd like us to cover, please let us know, and we'll see you again. Bye.